So here's how you make these realistic editorial fashion photos for your clients so you don't riddle your sites with AI trash. And last time I taught you how to do these cool animations, and now I'm going to show you a quick beginner strategy on doing these editorial fashion shoots. And first I'll jump in and do that, and then I'll teach you my own personal process of 15 years of design. Okay, so I usually always, so the first things first, I always run a client website strategy document before anything. So basically I have I focus on understanding the client's personas, the breakdowns, the brand guidelines, the competitive analysis, their logos, their colors, and the history of the company. And if they don't already have some of that or all of that, then I always take recordings of the meetings, put them in Claude, and that helps feed my development of the avatar. Now let's dive into the shooting itself, right? Let's grab our cameras and dive in our mind's eye camera. Okay, so I'm going to show you the beginner version, and then I'm going to show you the advanced version. Right, so let's go. This is the beginner version first. I start off with fisheye lens photography. That's just what I was feeling, a little 90s Y2K, and that's just what I was feeling when I was like, man, this would be something pretty cool. And so I saw stuff like this, right? And then I was like, okay, let's take that into chat. I said to chat, describe this image for me. Okay, said in there, describe this image for me. I want break it down into a mid-journey prompt, right there. And it's probably not going to come out right. I'm trying to rush a little bit so I can kind of give you guys a feel for it. This is some of the other editorial stuff I was working on that I thought was looking pretty cool. Okay, go with the mid-journey prompt one. What I always do is I use mid-journey to find that aesthetic, that lightning in a bottle kind of vibe and feeling first, just to see. And pretty cool. It's already doing an amazing job. I think, is it already done? Man, that's so fast now. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, that's a little too much. So I'm gonna find something a little bit more tailored to the actual shoot. So this is cool, and this is actually one of the original ones I found. And what you want to do is figure out how to, since this is the quick start beginner version, you want to figure out how, the better reference photos that you can do and what you want to take. You want to start stringing them together and then asking chat to describe and then stringing them together. Okay, so save the image. Okay, and then now let's go back and do something a little cool here. So let's do this, and then you also want to change this because that's obviously not the vibe, so to speak. But let's see what happens when we give it some inspiration, right? Okay, so we want to exit out of that. I want to put that, maybe let's do that. Let's see what OmniReference does. So OmniReference usually uses the exact person in the photo, or this is what it tries does. And this is pretty cool. Now, this does not fit the Utah aesthetic, so what we need to do is find a better reference photo. But I want you to kind of see how you can string things together like a cauldron to make something really unique. So this was the best reference photo that I found, and what I did is I clicked save image as, or actually you could just be that, and then we went to chat, describe this for me, the journey. All right, now let's take this, copy that in there, right, and then we put that in there. Then what we want to do is use this as the Omni reference and use it as a style reference. Now let's see what we get. All right, and boom. As you can see, these are 100 times better. So sometimes I toggle between Cosmos and Pinterest, and Cosmos I found usually does a lot better with premium editorial photography, but Pinterest can be a lot more vibrant for aesthetic a lot of the time, a lot more loose. So you want to toggle between the two, and which one really focuses on which one actually captures your character better. And obviously, these are fantastic. These are so cool. The thing is that what I did after that is I really just messed with the prompt afterwards, and I kept iterating. And then now once I found somebody that I really like, then I take this into ChatGPT and I continue to iterate on it so that I can keep this same person, right? And then if I need more models, then I just, make variants of the mid-journey prompts, and I go from there. And the variance is where the differences are. So let's move on to the advanced version, right? Because that'll get you 75% of the way there a lot of the time. But you have to know the eye, and this is how you train the eye, your mind's eye. And I want to show you this process It's a personal inspiration of mine. I made it just for this video, so I hope it helps everyone. And this is inside my mind, right? I'm not going to go through everything, all this, but there's a lot of amazing tools here. And let me know if you want me to go over, like, you know, composition and everything, because this is like after 15 years of like art and the process. And I literally have this in my mind, and I use this all the time as reference. So I have film directors here, right? This is how you want to craft your taste. I have fashion photographers that I love, scenes from films that I love, compositions that I love, traditional painters that I love. I look at Rembrandt and Goya and Claude Monet. Paintings, you want to really study paintings. And then AI fashion photographers, of course, can't get enough of these guys. They're just incredible. Graphic designers of the past. I've spent a ton of time learning copywriting, and that is huge. And then of course architects. That's what inspires me the most. But I also love, obviously we have Tom Ford next to the devil, so that'll work too. The other thing too I created for you guys is editorial formulas. If you really want to know, like, hey, what truly makes a scene great, an editor or like a photo scene or any type of scene great, here's a formula for you, right? A 10-part framework. Give this, and I'd love to do just a video just on this, on like editorial frameworks. Building a contradiction, designing the primary geometry, establishing a dominant focal point. This is all actually really, really helpful. I would suggest not trying to do all this at once. You can do this beginner stuff first, but once you really start to lock in and you can kind of stop copying so much, that's when I think you can make some really truly amazing stuff, or at least be able to spot the truly amazing things, because that's what's going to make the big difference, right? Especially for your clients. And then of course I have a reference worksheet where it's literally referencing like film stocks, motion picture film stocks, lenses, cinema lenses. And the reason you want this stuff is that you can put this into your prompt, right? They're like, these little things will make a difference, right? And just in terms of like what type of film stock, if you want to know what they look like, click on the gallery. Right, still photography lenses. I mean, right here as a 14mm, but you want to try to get familiar with all these so that you can really start to frame the shot exactly how you want it, right? And I just basically put a whole toolkit and grab bag for you guys. Lastly, I put together a whole landing page where it gives you like a grab bag of, and this would be great, a grab bag of compositional formulas, right? In terms of centered symmetry, rule of thirds, diagonal, triangle, pyramid, S-curve, leading lines. This is great, especially if you use in any of the prompts. If you have a certain composition that you actually prefer and want to try to change inside of Midjourney or really anywhere, because this has its own composition here, right? So it's kind of like foreground, midground, background. It's kind of what this composition is. It's really cool, mixed with maybe a little like centered symmetry. So that is really helpful, and I'd love to do a video just on this if people are interested. Composition is just one of my favorite subjects, and I don't know why no one really talks about it. So subscribe if you like these Claude design videos, and if they're helpful to you, comment below with any future videos, ideas, anything that you guys need help with, right? Whether it's like building skills or getting a better process or workflow for your web design. I feel like I'm really honing in on it now, so I hope it helps. Talk to you soon.